All right. Hey guys, we're here at another outstanding booth at the New York Comic Con 2025. Let's come on in and see what's going on with this one. What's your name and the name of the company?
My name is Edgardo Miranda-Rodriguez. I publish Borinqueña. My studio is Somos Alza Studios, but we're more known for our superhero series, which is the only one of its kind that dedicates a portion of its sales to charity work. We've already awarded over $250,000 to nonprofits throughout Puerto Rico, which won me Eisner's Humanitarian Award. And last night, I also won an Emmy.
Wow.
So that makes us the only comic book series to win an Eisner and an Emmy. And we're here at Nueva York con Comics, selling our graphic novels, action figures, posters, and other merchandise that supports our charity work in Puerto Rico.
Now, I've been following the brand for quite a while because I come every year to New York Comic Con. Being that you got such a rich history, can you tell us a little bit about your beginnings, like any challenges that you had to like be able to get to this point? Any little...
Well, the challenge is I'm an independent storyteller. I've never been picked up by a mainstream publisher or distributor. However, I have had some fortune when DC Comics came to us as a result of Hurricane Maria, because they really wanted to do something for Puerto Rico, and they saw us as the only intellectual property at this event in 2017. That was actually our New York Comic Con debut, and they came to our table. That turned into a conversation, which led into what is to this day our #1 best-selling book, Reconstruction, our team-up with the DC Comics universe, having only been around less than a year. And that book was #1 on Amazon.com for 4 months straight, won me Eisner's Humanitarian, and established us with a foundation. And with that foundation, we're able to raise money and award grants. And the challenge always has been how to stay relevant, but also how to manage it as a business. Don't overextend yourself, don't overcommit. So we don't stick to a typical publishing schedule most comic book companies do. We're not publishing a book every week. We're not even doing it every month. We have more of a novel publishing schedule, more like George R. R. Martin publishing schedule. Se imprimen cuando se hagan, you know what I mean? So when the story is ready and the resources line up, that's when we publish. Over the course of 9 years, we've published 7 books. Our newest one that we're working on is The Gigante, which is actually inspired by my childhood in Puerto Rico when I used to watch Mazinger Z or Mazinger, which was part of the show Good Warriors, because I used to always think that these giant Jaegers, these giant robots, had the Gigante mask heads.
Right.
And the Gigantes are these cultural masks found throughout Puerto Rico and even parts of Latin America that are made of paper mache. They're kind of like dragon or demon heads. So I was inspired by that, created my own character as part of my larger universe. These characters that you see up here are actually all part of the extended universe that we've created. And instead of just doing one-shot stories, we've been slowly building out a large superhero universe that is allowing us to develop and explore new intellectual properties. We have an action figure line.
Wow.
We teamed up with Boss Fight Studios, who licensed our property, making us the only action figure line 1/6 scale of all Latino superheroes. Our superheroes are based out of the Caribbean, so we got Puerto Rican, Dominican superheroes, and that allows us to create a very specific niche for our market, but also to show mainstream audiences that we're capable of not only telling our own stories, but producing our own content, producing our own products, and having a major space where our neighbors are Viz and Marvel here at New York Comic Con.
Yeah. Well, great, shout out to you guys and everything that you're doing. Now, just quickly, the fact that you are, with origins of like Latino and Puerto Rico, has that helped you with expanding your reach with other audiences, bilingual audience?
Most certainly. The Annenberg study recently released a report that Latinos are contributing over 1/3 to the gross national income here in the United States, meaning that we are overwhelmingly consuming content, buying product, buying tickets to movies, buying books that overwhelmingly underrepresents us. So when we're finally in control of our own stories and publishing and producing our own content, the community sees that.
Nice.
And it also sets an example beyond the Latino community that our stories have a shared humanity and familiarity with everyone. Same values, same core values. And if the big two and other corporations are creating these characters that are tethered to social justice and superhero narratives, then we're showing them, yeah, we're doing that too, but we also tie it to activism and charity, not just to making billionaires have shinier yachts.
That's great. I mean, that's very original and very, how would I say, thinking outside the box as a
Not
hero.
to think outside the box, but as a Latino, you also have like 20 different jobs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Porque,
for sure.
you know, hay que pagar la hipoteca, hay que llevar a los nenes a los clases de natación, hay que hacer la compra,
Sí.
hay que hacer un poquito de todo. And I think that's the thing. You have to be flexible, but it's part of our culture to be hardworking. It's part of our culture to set an example for the next generation.
So true.
My sons and my wife, this is a big family project. We're a blended family, a Latino and Asian family, so we have very shared values and stuff. And it's also a very kind of like New York family.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So, y aquí estamos, you know, Nueva York con Comics, aquí en La Brega.
That's so cool. Well, Edgardo, it's been great talking to you and
Thank
learning
you,
more
man.
about the brand. We wish you much success, and we'll see what you got going on for the next year's show.
Dale.
Thanks a lot, bro.
Un placer, bro.
All right, this has been great. Here we are through another great interview. We're moving on to the next. Stay tuned.
Nueva York con Comics.
This has been awesome.